And so now the rainbow has gone away because it was like purple and red and green and yellow. It was awful. Then it went orange for a while. So it was like the whole side of my face like orange. It was really awkward. Um, so I don't know who will be in here because I usually do not come on this early at all. Usually when I broadcast is always in the evenings. So I figured why not come on and just see what was going on and maybe do some reads, let people know. Um, this, well, I'm going to carry it on. I was going to do it to the 24th, but I decided just to do it to the rest of the month. All readings, energy work, all of that. It's basically for $100 you get 2 hours. So you can get an hour-long reading and you can get an hour-long energy session. My words. So you can get a chakra alignment, you can get deep cleanse, all of that, and still get a reading for $100. And so typically they're $75 an hour. So you're saving $50 going this route. So, hey, yay, you found me. So, yeah, overlook my dog. He's kind of flying through the fence with the neighbors. Sir. Let me get his butt. He's being so hard-headed right now. Hey, sir. We don't talk that way. We get your inside voice. Come here. You want some French fry? He got real mad that I was giving her love and didn't say hi. But then he started barking, so I couldn't report it. You know what I mean? So I was like, I love that dog over there, but he used to not be barking like that. But it scares the fuck out of him. I already took him to the vet. I'm mentioning it's just a startle response because he jumped on the fence so hard he knocked that off, and he tried to come through the fence, and he was going. And he loves animals. He loves people, and he was just like. Now he barks constantly. So I've got to like retrain him because of that. Gentle. Come here. Yeah. Okay. Gentle. Come on. Let's take you inside. Come on. Mom's got to do some work. Shh. Tickle the God. Glider toy. Psych. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I'm back. But you may have heard. Oh, thank you. My dog. If you followed me on Periscope, you know I've had him since he was like hand size. Now he's a great big boy and he is spoiled rotten and he loves people, he loves animals. But the guy that lives behind us has this massive dog. I mean, it's like 7 months old and already weighs 115 pounds. And it's a wolf something. But my dog was in the backyard and the dog tried to come through the fence to get him. And so now, anytime he sees people or he sees other animals, he barks. I took him to the vet, well, a behavioralist, and she's like, well, it's just a startle response. You're going to have to retrain him. And I'm like, are you serious? So now he's got to learn that people and dogs are not trying to get him because he used to think, okay, our yard is just safe space. But when you have like 115 pounds lunging at you, trying to eat you through a fence, it's kind of like, and he's only a year old. So he's still in a lot of ways still a baby, mentally and emotionally having to develop and all. So it sucks. All right. So I am going to be doing some reads. So you know the deal. It's just like it was on Periscope. Oh, he's you hear him crying because he wants to go outside. Cannot go out there because you want to barks. You have to go out there when mom's there. Or when Remy's not out there. So if you want to read, it's the same deal as like when I broadcast on YouTube or Facebook or any of that, or like I used to on Periscope. It's a minimum of $5 per question. I believe my information for my payments are in my bio. It's a minimum of $5 per question, and I will get you in here and we'll just knock it out. I actually don't have anything planned today, so I thought about just doing live broadcasts because I haven't done them a whole bunch, especially on this app lately because of the eye and all. Just kind of hanging out on here most of the day and giving me an opportunity for people that were on Periscope or on other social medias that I used to find me. And, you know, people can share it out things like that. That way my old people can still find me. A lot of people aren't using this app. They're using Twitter directly to broadcast from. And I don't know. I haven't gone on there yet, so I don't know the formatting. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. So, no, we're not going back outside right now, sir. No, I'm not going outside right now. So, hello, Courtney. How goes it? Kind of starting to see some familiar faces. I'm gonna have to start broadcasting more often because I miss my people, man. Well, I've got mine set up so that it goes like everywhere. When I broadcast, it goes to like my Twitter, it goes to my YouTube channel, it goes to my Facebook business page. So it's like all linked up. So that's nice in a way also because it lets people know you don't have to apologize. It lets people, kind of find me everywhere. But that goes back to what I was saying about like with the Twitter. A lot of people are just using Twitter directly. I like the fact that I can come on here and it go everywhere at one time because it lets you find all of your people across all of your social media and allows them to come in at one time. It also helps people, that do not know you to actually be able to come and find you. Hello. Yeah, it's just got a little discoloration. But yeah, I didn't fix myself up today. I was like, I have nothing to do. I have no appointments. I'm just kind of going to sit in my old Jimi Hendrix shirt and dick around the apartment, for lack of better words. So I do have more plants coming in this evening. So yeah, I'm working on my jungle. So since everyone's not in here, let's do a question and I will read whoever gets it first. There's only like 15 people in here right now, I think, or 13. Let's get the glasses on and see. Here we go. There's 15 people in here. Hello. So I'm going to think of a number 1 to 20. And whoever gets it or gets closest to it can get a free question. I'm fantastic. How are you? So start listing those choices of what you think the number is, 1 through 20. All right. Oh, we're only going to have 2 people post. Oh, there's another one. Hi, lady. I'll give it a couple more seconds. One of you is really close. No one's landed on it yet, but one of you is close. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the number was actually 7. The closest one was 8. And so that's Barney. Barney. So Barney, you can have a freebie on the house. Woo-woo. So you just tell me if you want to go general or if you have a specific question that you want to know information on. And we will go from there. The number was 7, but the post, I didn't see your number come in until I actually had already kind of said that he had it. General, it is. Okay. My goodness. You've got some pretty heavy cards there. First card that comes up, you've got the 5 of Swords in a reverse position, which is actually the best card you actually have here in your spread. And that deals with letting things go, learning to cope, kind of finding peace in circumstances and situations. The card that actually crosses that is the Knight of Swords. If you look at the Knight of Swords, which is going to be reversed on here, he's always looking toward the past. So this tells me that lately, the things that you've been working for in that whole Five of Swords, working through, moving beyond, it's all been past related issues. It's nothing to do with what's going on currently in your life. Okay, Kay, right now I'm reading Barney, and it's a minimum donation of $5 or more per question. So I don't just like read everybody that walks in. So back to you, Barney. So it seems like lately a lot of things have been going on. Hey, Natalie. In the past, it's been resurfacing, and you've finally in a place where you can work through it and move beyond it. Kind of comes up with that Eight of Cups also. It's just you moving forward, knowing that there is better, knowing that, circumstances can improve, and just having faith in the whole process, really. That's actually my favorite card in the whole deck. It's just knowing, okay, I'm just going to keep putting one foot in front of the other, even if it seems in the beginning kind of like programming or artificial. You just got to keep going through the motions till it clicks in and actually goes and survives and blossoms on its own. All of your cards are emotional right now. You also have the Eight of Wands in a reverse position. I mean, even though they're emotional, it's positive in a way because you are working through things. And it's all like you have the Eight of Cups, which is moving forward, having faith in the process. You have the Fool card. So it's almost in a lot of ways like this is completely new to you. You having to process the emotions the way you have. So that makes me feel like for a long time you were hung in fight or flight. So I don't know if you experienced something traumatic. It kind of comes across as PTSD. I don't know your situation, but that's just kind of the feel of it because there's a lot of trauma that comes up, but it's all you finally working through it. I didn't see any health related issues other than the emotional. Financially, I didn't see a change. Hey, Miss Jill. So, I don't expect anything terrible financially, health wise, other than the emotional, which is positive, even though it's heavy. You look beautiful. You look good. You look good. Hey, Miss Jill. It's so nice to see people. My allergies are atrocious right now. Since I screwed my eye up, I've noticed my allergies and sinuses has been a lot worse. But it actually bruised the bone, indented it. I didn't even know that was possible. And I think just because it's swollen in there, maybe it's affecting the sinuses because it's like I'm so nasally. How you been doing? You use PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. I actually should, if you click my information, have all of those listed. And so you can go in and you can do that. Hey, Miss Natalie. Appreciate that. You got me an award. I feel special. I need to. You are very welcome. I try not to be extremely specific when I'm doing like in here because I don't want everybody to know everybody's business. I mean, there are some points where I will definitely get like head on if I feel like there's no way I'm going to be able to talk to you privately or I know you aren't on my social media. I'll give more than I really want to. But as long as you get it, you understand it, you know where I'm doing, the direction I'm going in, I'm fine with it. So, but congratulations, and I'm proud of you for actually starting to heal. A lot of people just, hey, Jane. A lot of people just live in the fear, and they never really work through it. They never overcome it. So anytime I see somebody that, has all of those issues that's willing to get in there and knock it the frick out, I'm really happy. How you doing, Miss Jane? How's my chunky monkey little man doing? Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure you're the Jane Ann I know. You know how to access me. No, sir. You want to go out there and argue with Remy. We don't want to do that. I saw pictures. If this is the Jane Ann I think you are, on your Facebook of little dude, and it blew my mind because I remember you being pregnant, and I seen him, and he is like, oh my gosh. That's the only thing I don't like about using apps is because you have all these con people that come up in here, and they're like, message me, and I feel drawn to you, but they say that after every single commenter. Excuse me, that's not how that works. And just I'm thinking, you don't have to stalk people if you're a damn good reader. They'll find you. He thinks he's a ninja. He's so damn cute. It just blows my mind because I was like, this is not the baby. There's no way. And then I started figuring it out. I was like, oh my God. Everybody's getting old. Hello. How are you? So, everything is open. So that means that I am taking this way. You can get on the list to do that. Right now, I don't have anyone in front of you. So if you jump in here, you make a donation, you get on the list. What a matter? I know, but when I let you outside, you and Remy want to argue. You gonna be good if I do it? Oh. It's nice to have you here. Let me let this little fella outside. You're not a little fella. If you get barky, you have to come in, bud. Because you can't be barking. It's too loud. Need my own Jimi Hendrix shirt. Reads or buy donations unless I just get pulled to you. If I get pulled to you, I will definitely read you because I listen to what Spirit says. So, it's so rotten. And that big ass dog behind us has got him. The dog's like 115 pounds. He's like 6, 7 months old. And he looks jumpy and he needs training, but he's not aggressive toward other animals or people. And that dog tried to come through the fence to get him. So now he is like terrified of other people and other dogs. I'm having to retrain him. The people are okay. It's awful. But it works. I just wish other people would take care of their animals. It is donation based. My Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal should actually be in my bio. You want to say hello to these people? Hi, sir. You gonna be the good boy for them? Yeah, you gonna hold my hand. Um, you guys go back. They can't see your face. She goes back. Get down. Get down. He's like, Mom, I want to be in your lap. I want to do lap things. He's like, he thinks he is totally a lap dog. With your mom's kisses. Yes, mom's kisses. Oh, yes. He is so rotten. Ooh. Die. Die. No, you can't get in my lap. You'll knock the table over. And you don't want me shuffling cards. You're like, no. He is massive. I think he stopped growing at this point, like in height. I think he's just going to get chunkier. The vet said he should cap off at 70 pounds. He weighs 62 now. So 72 is like the biggest. Well, excuse me. 70 is like the biggest she thinks he would get. So he doesn't have much to go. I mean, if he's at 62, I think most of it is just him kind of filling out at this point because he just turned a year old. So he's just got to kind of get his I'm a big boy body. Instead of that, I'm a little puppy dog. He still has a baby face, though. It's so funny because I think it's because his markings look like he has eyeliner on. Uh-oh. Someone sent a donation, and I totally missed it. Be honest with me, folks. Who sent a donation? He's so sweet and he's such a love bug. I mean, he definitely needs some work on his manners. Did he get a booger on me? No, he just drooled. And something else I never really knew about when you have like bulldog kitties, all this, they have the jaws for days, and so they drink and it just gets all in their face, and then they go outside and play and snort, and it just covered in like dirt, and then they come and love you, and it's just like this slime trail of dirt. It looks like a slug will crawl and leaves that little slime trail. So I'm constantly walking around like, do I have a booger on me or is it just spit? He's like, I love my mom. I have to cover in all my body functions. All right. Someone sent a donation. I did not see who it was because I was looking down at the time. Bad me. So if it was you, please speak up and be honest. I was not talking to you, sir. It is basically him having a dog, him in particular, is like having a toddler. I actually thought of that last night because it was like I ordered this snack kit off of Amazon because it had like all these honey roasted peanuts and pecans and stuff in it. But they sent me like testers of other products they have. And they had this knockoff of like a cheese crunchie, like a cheese doodle or a puff or whatever. And I was like, these taste like nasty. So I was letting him eat it. And I just washed my hair, went in the bathroom. I look, and there's a cheesy puff in my hair. I'm like, seriously? So I don't know if maybe like it got up in his jaw, and when he got in my lap, it just kind of worked its way into my hair. I was like, so yeah, he is like a toddler in a lot of ways. That's some of his favorite toys also. He likes McDonald's toddler toys because they're made to the same standards as like baby toys because they're for toddlers. And so he can eat them, well, not eat them, but he can play with them, which sometimes he eats them. So we just kind of work with it. Well, nobody spoke up and said who that was. So here's what we're going to do, Jane. Oh, oh my gosh, it's Princess Aladoro. Well, if you were good at what you did, you wouldn't be having to beg other people to come work with you in other readers' videos. That should alone just kind of tell people how you work. Because if I want to do individual reads, I have inboxes full of people that have requested it. Well, that was very nice of them. I appreciate that. I always tell people, even if you don't resonate with me, people like this, it's Princess Adatoro, don't go to them. Because the fact is, people that are accredited, that have been doing it for a long time, are going to have web pages, they're going to have business pages. The phone numbers, contact information, it's not going to change on a weekly basis because they're going to be maintaining it because it's a business, because you have to also for taxes and stuff. And so if they have to fish for you and they're messaging everyone in someone else's broadcast, that shouldn't. It's ridiculous. It really, really is because it's like, and you would think people would say, wow, if they're having to work that hard for clients, they must not be pretty good. Because, like I said, I've probably got 400 cases, missing people, police, cold cases, everything's sitting in my emails everywhere. And then, I have multiple accounts where I probably have 60 people that wanted to read today. I just didn't honestly feel like reading on that one-to-one level. And I just wanted to hang out and to see people and hopefully come on here and see some of my regular people I used to see on Periscope because I miss Periscope. Periscope had its drama, it had its chaos, but I met some freaking amazing people on that app. And luckily, we became friends beyond Periscope. So now I have a lot of them on these social medias. And they do constantly, hey, what you doing? And it's not even just for a reading, which is nice. It's them, messaging, checking in. Hey, thought about you earlier, and it's so nice just to be able to chit chat with people and have that relationship. And it's all because I was on Periscope. And so Periscope in some ways was fantastic, and in other ways it was terrible. Okay, Monito. It is by donation. And so you have to donate through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, $5 or more per question. I don't just randomly read people unless I feel drawn to them. So right now I'm basically just chit-chatting with people, catching up. I will throw in, you can contact me on social media, any of my social medias. Instagram is spiritual.awakenings. Twitter is SA, which is capital S, capital A, _ Abby Black. You can pretty much find me on social media under my name or under Abby Black. And till the end of the month, I was just going to do it to the 24th, but I've said no, I'm just going to carry it through to the end of the month. I'm doing this bundle where you get 2 hours for $100. And you can see it under the little banner. It says spring cleaning, because I'm wanting to let everybody get a chakra alignment, get a deep cleanse, get everything going, spring cleaning internally also, and get a read off. That way they can go through the rest of the year and not have that funkiness and that negative energy. Because honestly, the last year for all of us has been shitty with COVID and quarantine and just the political environment in the world. So, I think we all just need to dump all of that and let it go. Why did you pull the couch? See, you goofy. That couch cushion's not did anything to you. Let's see what he is. Let's show you this silly ass boy. He's pulled my couch cushion off of the couch, and now he's trying to start a fight with it. Hey, stop. No, look, see? Now you're scared of it. You see him trying to start a fight with the cushion? What are you doing to my couch cushion, sir? Don't grumpy me. You do that. Get a dog, they said. It'll be nice, they said. Hey, I'm going to need you to stop messing with my couch. You're crazy, sir. I think he's dropped his ball in the couch. Ree is outside. I had the door earlier. She's been going in and out. Hey, that couch cushion didn't say nothing to you. Quit being a goober. Yeah, that's the reason I haven't got a new couch, because he still has so much puppy in him. And I swear, I put the couch cushions back a million times and he still just does not stop. It's like he's the weirdest dog. He has this thing where it's almost like he thinks inanimate objects are trying to start drama with him. It's like he'll go up and bump the candy dish with his nose, and since it's glass, it rattles. And then he backs up like he's scared of it, and then he wants to get all growling and barking. I'm like, dude, it's a candy dish. Stop. Stop. Mm. He's so rotten. Yes, I gotta get the couch covered. I love my couch though. I've had so many couches and it not been comfortable. And that one is so comfortable. It's older. And so it's hard to get like couch covers for it. But it's got a hide bed on it, and the bed in that couch is more comfortable than my personal bed. And I've got a good bed. But it's just so well put together. So I actually just want to get the couch recovered which I know it's probably going to cost as much as the couch. But it's so comfortable. It's just, I love that couch. Quit rednecking the cushions. Okay, we're just going to watch Luke for a minute. Watch him move. Did it move? Yeah, he split that cushion. Yo, no, it said that? It said that to you? To you it said that? See all of my mail I've got to go through. Ugh. Packages I've got to mail out. Oh no, it got you. It's a troublemaker. And that big beige thing is actually one of his favorite toys in the whole world. It's a Cremora canister. A big Cremora canister. What? Why are you messing with my pillows? Why are you doing that? Why are you rednecking the pillow? It not said nothing to you. And his blanket. Watch him. He's going to go get back in his little kennel. Oh, you ready for a nap? That's what it is. He's so fat. Everybody's like, oh, he won't be that big because he was the runt. He did not look like he was going to be 62 pounds. Hey. What doing? Good night. Oops. All right. I think I might come back on in a little while once everybody, because I'm missing so many of my regular people. That way I can get it into the evening and some of the people can get off of work, or, it's more the time that they typically would come in. Yeah. He's messed up because his eye, he gets so giddy. No one told me, and this is common in pit bulls, their tails, they're very expressive. And so when they get excited, their tail swings so hard, and because they are so muscly and strong, it actually can break their tail. It can, cause damage. Like two people, I seen a woman, she had welts across her legs and bruises where he had just gotten so excited and just kind of smacked her legs. But he gets so crazy and so giddy, his tail, he will always smack himself in the eye because he just like chases it and stuff. And I feel like his eye's never going to get better because he won't quit being so happy, which I guess is a good thing. It is a little annoying. Yeah, it's hard to believe he's a year old. He absolutely can. He's actually done it. I remember I went to broadcast one time and I ended up just giving up because he got so excited. He was trying to come up here and he was just playing and on his tail knocked. Because I just used a little folding table, and like the ones you use to put like TV trays and things on. And he knocked the whole damn table off. The mount that I put the phone in to record, he broke it. I was like, God, cards were everywhere. And I was trying to get him up because Rhea is nosy. She's as nosy as he is. And if she sees something in her floor that is not clearly a toy, she's going to check it out and she will gnaw on it. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm trying to pick up cards, trying to get everything sorted. I was like, yeah, I'm not broadcasting today because Luke just, in his happiness, ruined it for me. But he's amazing. Otherwise, he's so smart. I love him. We're working on different tricks now. The problem is I have to get him trained around other people because since we've been in quarantine and I don't drive, I don't get out a lot other than what I can walk to. And what I can walk to, there's not a lot of opportunities for him to get out and see the world and meet other dogs other than like my neighbor's dogs. And one is freaking nuts. But he does really good if it's me and him here, like with commands. Like he knows sit, he knows stay, he knows how to give fives, he knows how to roll over. Um, we're working on now him barking on command, because I'm wanting him to know what a bark is. So if I can get him to bark, I can tell him no bark. That way, like when he goes outside and he starts barking like he was earlier, I can train him because he'll know what bark is to not bark and to calm down. So it's kind of messed. See, you're gonna knock my table over. It's kind of messed up. I have to teach him to bark, to not bark. Master pit bull and his baby just like when you're yeah. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. Everybody gives, mastiffs, bulldogs, the pit bull associated animals a really bad rep. I mean, the fact is, if you can get one when they are young, 90% of the problems people think they have is because of the way the owners treat them. I mean, until the whole Remy situation next door, was the best dog in the world. He loved people, he loved animals. It's like, he's never been aggressive toward any of them. And a lot of it is just how they're trained. Some of it is genetic because they do breed them specifically for the aggression. And, you know, he's a big baby. I can't imagine. It's like he cannot sleep without, if he gets tired, he has blankets. Everyone that comes here, I have friends that come for readings from like California, Arizona, always bring him a blanket. So he has his own stack of blankets in the linen closet. And when he gets tired, he will go get him a blanket out of his kennel and he will pull it to me. And he wants to sit in my lap with his blanket and cuddle. And I'm like, dude, you're 62 pounds. I'm getting pinned to the chair. It's so much of it is how they are raised and what they're exposed to and brought up with. And they're the best dogs. They are loving. I mean, I I don't know. I can't even imagine. It's like in his radar is so sensitive to me. If I get the slightest bit upset, he will come and he'll sit in front of me and start crying until he lets me, or I let him cuddle with me. But he thinks he's a lap dog. They really are. And he's smart as hell too. I mean, it's like people were laughing as because I had him and his siblings. There were 10 of them from the time they were 3 days old. And it just, by the time they were 4 weeks old, they were trained to either, use pads or go outside. They couldn't get in and outside on their own, but they knew. And it took just to train them. If you're repetitive in the actions, they get it. Oh, thank you. You want to fix the cushion now? Go fix it. You want to fix it back? Oh, thank you, Natalie. I do not let him in my bed because I am allergic to cats and dogs. Me having him, I have to take allergy medications. I was just speaking to my doctor the other day about actually starting injections for my allergies because they have been so bad since I've had him. And because of the inflammation and just the constant, the histamine levels in my body and all, it affects my RA and my lupus. And I didn't even know that was an option. But people are like, well, why don't you get rid of him if you're allergic to him? I could not function without that dog. And I can honestly just tell you, he is the reason I'm here right now. The last year, between the health issues I've had, losing Chris, I could not have gotten through it without him. So there's no way I'm going to give him up. It's just not even a possibility. I signed on for the long haul. He is absolutely family to me. Right now, he's playing with his blankie. He has been my constant companion. So, I don't let him sleep with me because my bedroom is my sanctuary. I change clothes before I go into my bedroom. So every morning I go into my upstairs bathroom because it's not in my bedroom, and I take my night clothes for that night coming. And I get them ready. And before I go to bed at night, I change in the bathroom. I dust myself off. Then I go into my bedroom because I I need that safe space with me having allergies where there is no dog hair or it's greatly decreased. Um, I also have a little air purifier that I sleep with in the bedroom. I vacuum like every other day. So, I mean, there's a lot of things I have to do that to a lot of people would seem excessive, but it's the only way I can control the allergies and keep him because me getting rid of him is not even an option. I don't care if my nose was to swell this size and I was just like drooling and snotting and eye boogers every day. I can't. That's my baby. You know, they did say, well, don't have him in your lap, don't have him on the furniture. To me, that's just cold. If I've got an animal and I love that animal, I want them to feel like this is their home also. And so I want them to be able to be comfortable and play. So I don't say stuff when he gets on the couch. I mean, hell, you seen he just pulled the cushions off of it and tried to fight with him. You know, he was playing. He wasn't really fighting. But this is his home. So I'm not going to be like, oh, you can just stay on the floor. Because that's just, to me, miserable. And just, it's not cool. And he knows his crate because of the way I've trained him with his crate. He doesn't view it as a negative. So he knows the routine. At night, when I get ready to go to bed and I start cutting the lights off, cutting the TV off and all, he will find his blanket and he will go into his crate. And he is not upset about it. It doesn't bother him. There's points in the day where I've got him trained where if it's just me and him and like I have the windows open and he hears the neighbor's dog going nuts, he will go and sit in his crate because to him that is like his balance spot. That's his woo-saw spot. So I love the fact I did that and got it early on so he could associate it with his sanctuary, his private spot. You know, and nobody goes in there. I don't, if other animals do visit, I shut the crate because I don't want them to go in there, you know, and either try to mark the territory or to make him feel like it's not solely his. And so he's, that's my baby. I'm eating bone. My rotten boy. John is technically allergic to cats, but being keeps well hydrated, which makes the skin thinner. Yes. Well, he has access to water constantly. Um, there's also another thing that's helped me greatly is there is swabs, and it's kind of like Zycam swabs, and I got them off of Amazon. I actually have to reorder because I used my last one last night. But it's $40 for a month, and it looks like a Zycam tube. You know, the ones that you just click, and it's got the Q-tip. You run it around the inside of your nose, and what it does is it creates a barrier, and a lot of the allergens can't even get through. There's also you can feed your animals fish oil or coconut oil, which is good for them because they need the omega 2s, 3s, you know, 6s, 9s. But it helps them to keep their skin more hydrated. And so they actually don't shed as much. And that's really cheap. You can even get like the human omega 3s or the fish oil tablets and give it to them, and it works. There's special washes, which actually helps to basically, which you would probably have to do this, which you have a cat. So, yeah, you don't really wash your cat. But with him, you know, I just give him a bath in it, and it kind of puts a protective coating on the skin so that it's not so light that it's floating around as much. It's kind of like, because you can't see the dander, but it's tiny, you know, but with that coating, it kind of adds more weight to it so that it doesn't float as freely through the air. It just kind of hits and boom, if that makes sense. So I use that. There's a lot of things I have to do. And that's probably one reason I feel so bad most of the time. But I love him, so I just keep doing it. because, you just love them. Another thing, brushing them. Found out also, when you brush them and remove the undercoat and all on a regular basis, it actually makes their skin healthier because it breathes more and they produce less dander. So actually brushing your animals on a regular basis helps cut it down. In the moment, you're probably going to be all kinds of fucked up if you're the one that's allergic, combing it because you're just stirring it up. But long term, it makes sense. Seen a video on YouTube, and the woman was like, if you're the one that's allergic, get your partner or someone to take the animal outside and to actually brush them outside and dust off. She said that way it doesn't stir it up in your environment, and all of the fur and all can be removed from there and not be in the house. So it's pretty cool. I love him so much. He's my fat boy. It's another reason I didn't schedule any actual reads today, because if you seen the video earlier when I panned around, I have a chunk of mail that needs to be sorted, packages that needs to be mailed, products I have to review. So I'm just like, God, I've got like 6 or 7 books I'm supposed to be reading, because I started actually, there's a website, Occult Now, and I started actually reading some of their books, the authors. They basically send me the book for free, and I get to read the book and leave a review. And since my family's been involved in metaphysics, the psychic community, paranormal, since, good God, 1690s, it's kind of nice. It's another thing. My cousin messaged me, and one of my great uncles was the only, because Houdini, the magician, was very much into eliminating psychics. He said he didn't believe in them. He was very, very much a skeptic. And he tried to debunk many of them. My great uncle was one of the only ones he could never debunk. And he actually worked with him. And so there's Thurston is the name. Thurston's, which my grandmother was a Thurston. Thurstons are also over Edgar Cayce's estate. We're over the Magicians Guild. We're over the Showman's Guild in the UK and in America. So it's kind of like I review the books and I send a review. They put it on the site. It sucks because I started trying to read one of the books that they sent me, and it was awful. I mean, it's one of those situations where, I know going into it, I may not necessarily resonate with all of the subject matter, but I kind of have to keep an open perspective and, say, okay, based for what it is, even if I don't like the subject, was the information there? Was it good information? Was the book written in a way that it flowed easy and people could keep up with it? I have to kind of look at it from those angles. I just knew touching this one book, it was going to be a complete shit show. I was not happy with it. I didn't want to even read it. By like probably the first chapter, which was only like 8 or 9 pages long, I was like, oh, fuck. So I'm dreading reading that one. It's going to be very hard. And it's not even the subject matter. I mean, because even though I don't really get into astrology in a deep way, I still like learning about it and seeing different perspectives. But this just does not flow easy at all. I have ADD. My brain bounces everywhere, as you can probably tell watching one of my videos. However, if I'm reading something, I proofread it. And I go back and I say, okay, well, this needs to be eliminated or that needs to be eliminated. This is like, it's serious mindfuck. I mean, what it reminded me of, just reading like the first 8 or 9 pages, is, I cannot remember the name of the movie, but it had Samuel L. Jackson in it, John Travolta. It's not Kill Bill. But maybe it is. But it's like the end was in the beginning. The whole entire storyline was chopped up. It didn't flow. It was like they cut it in 6 sections, and the sections were all reversed. But that's what it reminded me of. Pulp Fiction. I remember it. Yay. So it's just it was an awful thing. No, H. Thurston is. So hey, Kwani. But my great uncle was one of the only people that Houdini could not debunk. He was a mentalist. He read people's minds. He did vaudeville acts with Houdini. But my cousin messaged me and she's like, yeah, I have his trunks. She said, do you want them? So it's like these big trunks and it has like his handcuffs, the things he would use in the things he would do, you know? And so she's like, do you want them? She said, if not, I'm tossing them. So I was like, so I've got to get them shipped from North Carolina to here. And then I don't even know if I really want to keep the things. Because I mean, yeah, it's a cool story, but they have no personal value to me. So I was thinking about donating them to like the Magicians Guild. I may keep the trunk because the trunk itself is beautiful and I have a thing for Victorian era trunks. And just kind of have to have them. I like them. So I may keep the trunk but donate the stuff in it to like the Magicians Guild, out in California and just let them have it. That way they can do, because they would appreciate it for what it was much more than I would. And I know that sounds weird, but to me, I never was like really into magic. It just, and I understand the time frame and the age he worked. He couldn't very well have went and traveled the world and worked with Houdini and all if he had said, yeah, I'm a psychic medium. I will hit you up. I will get you, Kwani. If you want to make a donation, I will get you. Then I'm probably going to get off of here for a bit and go get some more coffee. Fix my couch where Luke got troublemaker with it. Just, ugh. All right. You know the deal. You've been with me on Periscope. Do the donation and I'll hook you up. So, yeah, and quarantine has got me like, because a lot of people don't know this about me, but when I was young and I was actually in school, I was given a scholarship to Auburn University for horticulture. And I loved plants. I loved studying plants. I loved, you know, altering them, like trying to make mutations, trying to cross things. Absolutely. What do you want to know? So my house has become a bit of a jungle lately. I've, yeah, I'm kind of taking back my plants. So what you want to know, Kwani? What we want to know. Oh my goodness gracious. Hey, Miss Dina. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to describe what I feel. It's like 3/4 of you, or 3/4 of me, because I'm feeling this as you, is excited. Things are on path. I feel really good. I feel like I can breathe in a mental and spiritual sense, not like oh my god, my head stopped up sense. But it feels like change is coming and you know it. And so it's nice. It's not even like you're afraid of the change. It's like you're welcoming it. So there's an awareness and you did it. Okay, it's coming in really quickly, so hold on a minute. It's almost as if you made choices and you took actions you knew would bring change because you were just stagnant. And now it's coming and you're welcoming it. You're excited about it. That's like 75% of you. It's just this refreshing feeling because you're starting to reap the benefits and see it. So I hope you get that part. The other 25%, it's not the same feel. It's a heaviness, but it doesn't even feel like it pertains to that. It feels just like a general weight, period. It's like a heaviness. And I don't even think a lot of it is yours because when I'm feeling it, it's a separate female. And so it's like you are picking up. So I got to ask, there's the female. Okay. The 25% I'm feeling that doesn't even feel like you. Now I'm going to explain this, and I hope it makes sense to you. Let me write this down before. I don't know who that was. So somebody's going to have to tell me. I know I got Natalie's donation. I didn't get the other one. Okay. There's this division. I explained the 75%. You made sense. The 25% that's left is a heaviness, and it has that same stagnant feel as how do I even fucking vocalize this? Excuse my language, people. It's like when I look at the 25%, I see a separate female. I don't even see it as you, but it's almost, no, this is for Kwani. It's almost like that is you. So it's like you, there's a separate, God, how am I going to put this into words? Okay, I think I got this. As a whole, this 25% is you, but it doesn't even register as you because it's almost like the traumas, the issues you disassociated from, and you put it in a bubble. And so this bubble, you don't even touch it. You don't even fuck with it. You're like, nope, you stay there. It's very much like a feeling of detachment. Now, I'm not saying it's like a dissociative disorder at all, but it's almost like you knew your limit. You knew what you could process. You knew what you could handle. And so instead of you letting it just be all open and airy, you said, okay, I'm going to focus on this 75% and get it to a point where I can breathe, which is, I think, why you are so relieved and that refreshing feeling came in, because you knew if you could get that 75% fixed and be healed and make sense of it, that the bubble, the 25%, would be so much easier to let go of and to work through. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because I've had a really hard time putting it into words. It's almost as if you took a piece of yourself and put it in a box for safekeeping. And you said, you know what? I'm not in a place mentally and emotionally, physically to deal with you right now. Okay. Thank you. I just said it so easily, and I had such a hard time putting it into words a second ago. Damn it. No, sorry. No. No, you don't talk to me that way. Arr. But it's like, I love the refreshing aspect of it because it's like, okay, that's safe. Jane Ann, Lord have mercy. These people are crazy. Marley, quit coming up in here. Wait a minute. Do you know them? Or is that one of them people trying to scam you to get a reading? She knows so many psychics that would probably hit her up for free. Leave her alone. Stop. But anyway, back to you. The 75% that is changing, that is positive, that is refreshing, it's empowering is what it feels like, because it's like you didn't even think you could make it. You didn't even think you could manage. You didn't even think, deceased wise, nobody, which I am having a hard time right now because I've got a psycho dog. Just ignore them. I've not had spirit come through in about 2 days, thank the gods. But I think a lot of it's just because I've had a lot going on here also. But I don't get spirit, but I do feel like everything is shifting and changing for you. And it's like you're aware of it. And it could have already happened, but you weren't prepared for it. And you were at a place where you could move forward and I think really embrace it with the baggage you carried. And I think that instead of you trying to heal you as a whole, you said, I'm going to deal with this 75% because if I deal with this 75%, it's going to allow me to get better physically and financially. It's going to allow me to have the stability by me taking care of the 75%, that it's going to create a security and a safety net that I can deal with this 25%. And if I step back or if I stumble because it's heavy, I'm going to be in a safer place than I was before. So it's not going to devastate me or be a massive setback. So you're doing what you need to do, and it feels beautiful energetically. It, and a lot of times I would tell people don't do that, you know. Um, I will be back in about an hour. I'm gonna get off of here, feed him, calm him down, give me some coffee. But I will get you when I come back. I've got a couple people I got to deal with, Natalie, and then I will come back in here and I'll get you in an hour or so. Stop. I mean it. You're being a punk, and that's not acceptable behavior, sir. Oh my God. So I think that for you, it wasn't even like a specific message as much as you needed to know that the choices you made and the selections you made, because like I said, you had to pick and choose and you only moved forward with like 75%. And your goal was to create that stability. But I think you needed to have validation that the choices you made were right. And, you know, you're making that progress and that you are moving forward. And I think that's what you really needed to hear. And even though you definitely, I feel like, can feel that division in you right now because you've kept that bubbled up, that 25%, and this is moving forward, that uncomfortableness is fine. You know, I think that's part of the problem. I think you're getting to the point where you are fully safe and can deal with it. So right now, that little bubble inside of you, it's just awkward. It's uncomfortable. And I think that's why you aren't really fully feeling comfortable in your skin now because can just, you can feel it now and you can feel the toxicity and the chaos of that moment. And so I don't know nothing about a Kentucky Klondike. That ain't my thing. All right, I'm gonna get Natalie, and then I should be good. I'll come back in an hour and I will do some more. Cause I got to deal with this dog. I don't know why he's tripping so hard. Well, I'm glad you understood it because it was in the beginning very hard to put words to it because I was feeling it and I'm like, why is this a separate person? But then I realized it's because you've made the changes and you did the growth and you know, it wasn't even a separate person. It was an aspect of self you weren't prepared to deal with that you had boxed off. So you basically did a soul retrieval in reverse. So yeah, took me a minute. And I wouldn't recommend that for a lot of people, but it worked beautifully, or it is working beautifully for you, you know. But what I would say is because that awkwardness is there and it feels very foreign at this point, you're becoming aware of the differences. I think you need to very soon start processing it. Because if you don't, so much of who you are now is going to be completely different and it's going to make it harder to integrate that aspect into you. Yeah, so you're going to want to start working on that soon because if you don't, I feel like it could be a complete division eventually. So, absolutely, you can message me on Twitter, whatever. So, well, hermit's healing. You know, everybody thinks, oh, just because you closed off, it's bad. No, you've been doing the work, you've been doing the progress because all of you used to be that 25% level and you're not that way now. So you're making progress. So, goodness. All right, let's get Miss Natalie, and then I'm going to get off of here. Deal with this dog. Because, use a punk. Use punk. Look what you did to my couch. Look at this dog. What he did. You done tore all my couch cushions off. You did it. My couch did not look this way when I began on here. Why you want to do this to my couch? He's like he's froze. Shelby, honey, don't come up in my read and in my video trying to sucker people. Don't do that. Have some respect for you. Have some respect for the craft you claim to be able to do and the people in here. You shouldn't have to if you good. Chase people. They'll come to you, baby. If they ain't coming to you and your inbox ain't full, maybe you ain't doing what you need to do, or maybe you just ain't that good at it and need to get another job. Okay? I followed the page and had my man send you some money, so I'm ready when you are. All right. That works. Let me make a note. Let me read the name again. All right. Now I know to put on. I don't read for free. You're going to have to make a donation if you want to read. And I'm going to do Natalie, and then I'll come back in an hour. So if you really want that question answered that much, you'll make a donation in an hour when I come back, and we'll talk about it. All right. What we want to know, Miss Natalie, what are we looking for? We're going general, we're going specific. General it is. Okay, you got 3 things that need to be covered. Work, home. We'll see what the other is, but I get pulled 3 ways. Okay, did y'all just totally give up on the moving thing? Because it's weird, because I feel like it's relevant right now. Like, right now would be the time. It's like the energy right now is just move, 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 move. But I feel like that's why I said I feel like I asked, did you give up on it? Okay, that's what it is then. Because it felt like it was just, and then right now it's boom. It's like, go, do. So, well, I told you before when I spoke to you also, you're probably going to have to look out of the area that you're looking for. And so I think that is part of the issue, because I feel like you're looking in bubbles and you need to flip it around and look in a different angle. It's a seller's market right now. Absolutely. Um, so that does come up, and that it makes sense that you have the 10 of Wands, basically just saying it's a struggle. It's chaos, and you want to be done, and it's just not happening. So that does come up on the energy, and the work energy also. There's a shift. It's like everything is moving. There's 3 sections. One is the house, because I do feel like it's coming soon. But work also, there's movement, and it's like in the workplace itself. It's almost like everybody's rotating roles. I don't know how to explain this, because what I've seen in my head is like a circle, and it's set down on it, and it's divided into quarters, and this person does this job, and this person does this job, and so on and so on. But it's like someone takes it and flips it, and it's like this person's doing the job this person was doing. It's almost like the whole entire work setting is just a massive shift right now. It's almost like it's getting moved to the left. I don't know why I get that. It's like it's getting moved to the left. So it's like everybody's getting a new role. Everybody. Top 2 dabs in the national media managers, which is great. But yeah, I think that's part of it. Maybe it's they're praising you, but it's very much like everybody's job role is about to get flipped. It's about to get switched, And I kept seeing it as 4 sections. I don't know if you have 4 sections where you work, but it's almost as if the managers, everything just gets flipped to the left. It's like it moves to the left. 2 moves. I don't know. Just keep that. Um, so I don't see that as like you're not going to have a job. I don't see that as actual like pain in the ass for you. Um, but I do think it's going to create some aggravations just generally because there's going to be so much shifting around that you're going to want to be aware of. Like I said, I don't see it like you losing a job or any of that. Um, stop. Stop. You don't get to be ugly because mom's doing something. You need to be good. No, we don't play that way. We don't play that way, sir. But you need to be aware of that. And I actually do think, and it makes sense because you said they messaged you that you could benefit from it long term somehow. So maybe they're going to move where you are in a different perspective, and maybe it's a raise, maybe it's a position, maybe it's something. But I feel like everything is about to be turned around there. And it's almost like they're trying to do it to keep you all on your toes or to, for all of you to learn a different aspect. It's almost like a clock, it flips over like in the quarters or something. Um, I don't know how to explain that any better, so I'm just going to give it to you. Now, the third thing I've been getting is health related, and it's not even you, it's surrounding you. You have the Sun card in a reverse position. Okay. I don't know. I may end up blocking this one at the end of the read because I don't like dealing with stupid. Um. Now, with the health aspect, like I said, it's not even you, it's related to you. I don't know if your dad has been having health issues lately because this feels more masculine energy. And I do see an older female there. So to me, it would make sense. It would be mom, it would be dad. But there is just, it's like neglect. I don't even know how to put that any other way. It's like he has just neglected himself endlessly. And now it's gotten to the point where it's overpowering him. And the mom is also overpowered having to take care of him because I feel like she has her own issues. And she has really high anxiety anyway. She just doesn't really vocalize it as much. I mean, what she feels inside, she clearly does not vocalize this much energy, that much chaos. Um, so you need to be aware that you may actually be getting some notifications the father's health is crazy. It's because they see her as vulnerable. Help it. It's terrible. And also, it could be a situation where they're coming from Facebook. Facebook has been really, really bad about if she's watching on Facebook, it's been really bad about flooding people from Facebook. So I think that's why it's targeting her. But the dad, yeah, I expect some phone calls. I expect some hiccups with his health. And like I said, your mom is just as bad in some ways. Anxiety wise, it's a fucking, excuse me, it's a train wreck. Um, my God. You personally look fantastic. I mean, the house is coming, the job situation, I think you could benefit from. I just think it's going to be aggravations as everything shifts, like moves. Um, my biggest concern is the family's health, really, because you can't handle it. It's really just like, I feel like the father needs to pay more attention to the heart, particularly. And I feel like he's been neglecting it. And I feel like for me to get a warning and get it in that way, I don't think he's being honest with doctors. I don't think he's dealing with doctors the way he should because it is very much a situation where if he doesn't straighten up and fly right, he could be dead in a year and a half. Just putting it out there. And that's a little concerning for me because I feel like your mother would not know what to do without him. And your mom's anxiety, the way it is, if she did not have him, she would lose her mind. So I don't know how much sway you have with your dad, but I feel like he needs to be dealing with the medical. What's weird though is I don't see it as his depression. I see it as his heart, his lungs, his chest. And so to me, I feel like his physical is more important right now than his mental. He may have depression. I would be more worried about your mom's mental health, honestly, because she's very much obsessive in her mind. And that's why I said she wouldn't even know what to do if she didn't have him, because she distracts herself with him. So his is physical. That's the most important right now. And I feel like he needs to get in. He needs to, it feels like a heart related issue. He needs to deal with that. Because, like I said, if he doesn't and he continues the path he's on, he's going to be gone in a year and a half. So that's not a good thing. Hello, Lee. So, you need. I will be back in an hour. I've got to take a little intermission, deal with my dog, get more coffee, regroup, find some lunch because I haven't ate since like lunchtime yesterday. I forgot. And I'll get you when I come back. But you definitely need to find a way to talk to the dad. I feel like, and this sounds terrible, your dad knows your mom can be a little obsessive. And I know, well, he knows that. And so I feel like if you were to talk to her and try to get her to do it and talk to him to bring some sense to him, he wouldn't have any of it. Oh my God. So yeah, you need to deal with it, not the mom, because he's not going to listen to her because he's going to see her as crazy. He just put it that way. Luke. The frick, man. What? That's a cat. Come here. In the house. Go. Let's go eat a French fry. Want some fruit? Want some French fry? Come on. Yeah. See? I know your weaknesses. You fat bastard. Quit being a punk. Okay. So yeah, like I'm saying, you need to find a way to talk to your dad because if it comes from your mother, he's not going to take it as valid because he's going to think she's just being obsessive, that she's in her head, that she's more anxious. But I feel like if you, being you, because you are more logic based, sit down and say, Dad, I'm really concerned with your health. When's the last time you went to the primary? When's the last time you had a real good checkup on the heart? Come at him as intellectual and not so airy fairy like your mom could be. I hope you get what I'm saying and don't take offense in this. I think you would get better results if you get any results because honestly, he's so damn stubborn. I don't even know if he's going to hear anything. I know if it's the mom, he's not going to hear it at all. So if it comes from you, you probably got a 25% chance. If it comes from mom, you got 0. So he is very stubborn. And oddly, I feel like if you were to get your husband, spouse, partner person to speak to him, he would probably have a better chance of even going than over you. Because for some reason, and I don't even think it's like the chauvinistic aspect of, oh, you're a female, he's a male. It's like he really does respect him intellectually. And with you being his child, even though he sees you as an intellectual person, you're still his child. So I feel like if you could get the husband, boyfriend / whatever, to talk to him, it would even go even better. So you might want to do that. All right, guys. it is 2:23 my time. I'm going to take an hour. So I'll be back here about 3:30 Pacific time in an hour from now. Whatever time, wherever you are, an hour from now. So you can come back in here. You can tune in. I'll be doing more reads. I've already got one person on the list. Yes, it's crazy. I got to get him situated. Maybe give him some gummies. You want a gummy? Just a little high anxiety today. A little energetic, a little crazy. Remy got y'all worked up, huh? Damn it. All right. I'll be back. I'm going to check the donations, make sure that donation went through, and I'll start my list for I'm going to come back in an hour. Well, his is just CBD. My gummies are special gummies. But it's legal here, and I'm old and arthritic. And the Lord said, go ahead. He said in Genesis, he put forth earth for all men's uses. So I ain't mad at it. Cash App name is the symbol, the cash symbol, capital A. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can actually type in my own messages. I've never done this. There. That's my Cash App. So it worked. All right. So I will be back in an hour. I'm going to get this doggo situated. Hopefully my neighbors will deal with their dog and their cat and their freaking thing else. And I'll be back. Be good to you.